Group discussion, or GD for short, is considered a very important component of the selection process. The selection panel conducts a GD to determine whether the candidates have certain personality traits or skills that it desires in its prospective employees. Therefore, it is important to prepare well for a group discussion. A good participant is one who gets noticed by the panel because he or she is able to contribute meaningfully to the discussion and is able to help the group reach a consensus. In this section, let us look at a few do's and don'ts one should remember while participating in a GD. Do's. Sit comfortably. Organize your thoughts and ideas. Be friendly and approachable. Encourage participation from co-participants. Use facts to sound convincing. Avoid hurting co-participants. Provide vital points to steer the discussion. Let us look at some situations that will help us understand these points. Sit comfortably. Whether in a GD or an interview, it is important to make yourself comfortable because it shows that you are relaxed and not nervous and anxious. Take a look at this situation and identify participants who are comfortably seated. Which participants in the group do you think have the right sitting posture that suggests an open, positive, composed, and comfortable disposition? Yes, participants 4 and 6 have the correct sitting posture. Participants 1 and 2 do not look at ease and seem to be restless and anxious, while participant 5 looks completely detached. Participant 3 has a clear air of arrogance about him, which, unless coupled with intelligent arguments during the discussion, can easily put off co-participants as well as the moderator. Organize your thoughts and ideas. It is extremely important to organize your thoughts before you speak. Otherwise, you may sound immature and unprepared. Take time to organize your thoughts while listening to your co-participants. Also, if you speak slowly, you will be able to choose the right words instead of having to use fillers such as, you know, and, I mean.
Well, I think it's not all that. What I'm trying to say is it's not all that easy to live in. I mean, I feel democracy is good.
Always organize your ideas and then speak. Look at participant number 6 in this situation.
Friends, in my view, under a democratic form of government, there is a greater possibility of peace and justice than in any other system of governance. In a democratic system of government, the people are connected to the system directly or indirectly at every level. Above all, those in authority are answerable to the common people. I think that is why most of the countries in the world are under a democratic form of government.
Be friendly and approachable. It is important that your co-participants find you approachable and easy to talk to. People who are grumpy, haughty, or impassive are often left out in group activities. Let's take a look at this situation.
I mean, parents know a lot, but they should let kids make their own choices.
I think it's very important that parents have detailed discussions with their children regarding their future. They must know what a child wants to do and not impose their dreams on their children. If children are enrolled in courses they do not have aptitude for, the results can be disastrous.
So, with your non-verbal language also, you can give out a message that you care for what others have to say, that you are friendly and approachable.
Encourage participation from co-participants. What do you do when a participant doesn't contribute to the discussion at all, or is dominated by other participants when he or she tries to say something? Would you ignore him or her, or would you say something to encourage such a participant? Take a look at this situation.
Friends, I think even India should have nuclear weapons. I mean, every other country in the world has nuclear weapons. Then why should India be left behind?
I think we should.
No, I don't agree. Like I was saying earlier also, nuclear weapons should be banned. That is the best solution.
Friends, I think all of us are keen to know what our friend here has to say on this issue.
Yeah, thank you. Even I feel that nuclear weapons.
Don't you think it was a nice gesture by participant 2 to invite the silent participant to share his views with the group? Such gestures often get noticed by the moderator, and it also makes you more approachable to other co-participants.
Use facts to sound convincing. While participating in a discussion, use facts and figures to lend credence and conviction to your arguments as is shown in this situation.
Even today, 25% of our population lives below the poverty line, which actually means to live without a shelter, without a regular income, and sometimes even without food. Unless our system starts working towards their development, all growth and prosperity would be lopsided and ill-conceived.
As you can see in this situation, adding the percentage of population below poverty line has lent credence to what the participant has said. It also shows his general awareness. So, supporting your arguments with facts and figures always helps.
Avoid hurting anyone. Humility is a virtue that is always appreciated. Even if you disagree with what a co-participant is saying, you should never rebuff or belittle the other person. Picture the situation where the group is discussing on the topic, will the cricket frenzy in India die down in the years to come?
I feel cricket in India will soon be replaced by hockey or football. The kind of hype we are seeing today will die down with time. We saw a lull when the whole match fixing thing had been unearthed, and it seems IPL is doing more harm than good for cricket.
How can you say a thing like that? There is no basis for what you're saying. It is just your opinion. Cricket is not just a game, it's the religion of this country. And it will survive all odds and remain the most watched game in India. No hockey or football can ever replace it.
Yes, such behavior finds takers neither in group discussions nor in real life. It is best to be humble and assertive. You may have a difference of opinion, but that does not give you the right to raise your voice or ridicule others. Let's see how the same situation could have been tactfully and politely handled.
No, my friend, I disagree with you. As you said, the match-fixing scandal proved that the viewers were being taken for a ride. But the popularity of cricket did not die down in India. Even the recent controversy that IPL raked up could not kill cricket frenzy in this country. So I think cricket is not just a game, it's the religion of India. And it will survive all odds and remain the most watched game in India.
Don't you think this was a much better response? Group discussions are held not just to test your language skills and general knowledge, but also to see how you respond in varied situations. Your presence of mind, humility, tranquility, tolerance, and ability to adapt and respond to impromptu situations are also a test in such group exercises.
Provide vital points to steer the discussion. At times, the discussion hits a deadlock and seems to be stuck at a point or gets repetitive. In such situations, try to redeem it by providing fresh, vital points to steer the discussion out of the woods. Sample this discussion on arranged and love marriages.
Friends, I think we have talked a lot about advantages and disadvantages of love and arranged marriages. In my opinion, I am neither for nor against either form of finding a suitable match. In my opinion, two people who are going to enter wedlock should get ample time to know each other. Even their families should get enough time to mix with each other. These days, most of the couples do not stay with their parents. They may be staying in two different cities or in separate homes in the same city. In such cases, the friends of the couple are as important as the family. So it would help the couple to interact and meet with each other's close circle of friends. And as it is said, you are as good as the company you keep. So knowing your prospective partner's friends will help you know your partner better.
As you can see, the participant has provided a fresh point for discussion. She has made a relevant point, and that is why the other participants are listening to her attentively without interrupting.
Don'ts. Don't be in a hurry to open or end the discussion. Don't be dominating or dismissive. Don't get emotional. Don't deviate from the topic. Don't come across prudish and conservative. Don't indulge in peer discussion. Don't end abruptly. The quality of what you say is of greater value than the quantity. Don't say or do anything that might fetch you negative points. Let us now discuss certain points we should remember never to do in a GD.
Don't be in a hurry to open or end the discussion. Many group discussions fail to develop because of poor beginnings or hasty endings. Many a time, a speaker initiates the discussion without realizing that he or she doesn't know enough about the topic. Listen to the speaker who ventures to begin without any preparation.
Good morning. We are here to discuss the topic, cloning should be banned. In this regard, I feel that cloning as such is not bad. I don't think it needs to be banned.
Don't you think it ended before it began? Consider this as an alternative beginning for the same discussion.
Friends, good morning. We are here to discuss the topic, should cloning be banned? As we all know, cloning is the technique of producing identical copies from cells or organisms from body cells. The first animal to be successfully cloned was Dolly the sheep. In light of this, we need to discuss, does cloning hold new promises for the future? If yes, what are they? If no, what are the major threats it may pose to humanity? Are the threats so great that cloning should be banned?
Don't be dominating or dismissive. A group discussion is meant to test your team skills and leadership qualities apart from other qualities. It is good to support your ideas with facts, figures, data and experiences. But do not try to dominate others or emphasize an idea beyond the point of tolerance or dismiss another person's point of view to score points. Picture this situation where one person in the group tries to dominate another.
I don't think global warming is going to kill us. Those who create rumors always exaggerate the facts. You know, even in the past, predictions have been made of the end of life on this very earth. And how do we tackle global warming? Can we stop flying in planes, moving in cars, running industries, using mobile phones, air conditioners, and everything that we cannot survive without? What you're saying, my friend, is not practical. I don't think we need to create such a fuss about global warming.
Don't you feel that the speaker was really dismissive in her attitude? Look how the same argument can be said in a better way.
Recently, I read an editorial in the Times of India that global warming may not be as disastrous as it is projected to be. The author also quoted several other instances from the past when such predictions were made about bigger disasters, but nothing of that sort happened. That, of course, is one point of view. There are others who have a completely different opinion. Therefore, we cannot brush aside all this concern in a whiff of overconfidence. We need to carefully analyze how drastically we need to change our lifestyle. This will enable us to live up to the demanding adjustments and sacrifices, if at all we have to stem the tide.
As you can see, this participant speaks in a calm and collected manner and doesn't harp on her view. Neither does she ridicule or override the other participant's view, though it is clear that the position she has taken is different. Always remember, in a group discussion, it is not about right or wrong arguments. It is about how convincing you sound and how well you are able to deliver your argument.
Don't get emotional. Emotions are common and natural to human nature. However, it is not desirable to overplay your emotions, particularly in a group discussion. Look how the participant in this situation loses her cool and reacts to her co-participant's attitude.
You know, I agree with this women's liberation thing, but sometimes women take this idea of liberation a little too seriously. I mean, a baby needs a mother more than a father, so a woman has to compromise and may even have to leave her job to take care of the baby. A man can't leave his job, sit at home, take care of babies. It doesn't work like that.
You are such a chauvinist, you know that? Whatever makes you think that only a woman has to sit at home and take care of the baby while a man goes out to work? You think a woman's career is not important to her? You think she does not have the right to be rich and famous? Why should she alone take a break from her career and sit at home to take care of the baby?
This lady here is completely overcome by emotions, and because of this, she is not able to convey her views clearly. Let us see how similar views can be expressed in a more graceful and composed manner.
I think just like men, women too crave equality, independence and recognition at the workplace. I think their contribution to the workplace is as important as their male counterparts. And as far as babies are concerned, I think they're a huge responsibility of both the parents. Times have changed and there are a lot of instances where men have willingly stayed at home to take care of the babies while the women have gone to work. So I think it's a joint decision to be taken by the couple about who can take a break from work or if help can be hired and both can work. So I would say there is nothing like only a woman can stay at home and take care of the baby while the man goes to earn for the family. Times have changed and a lot of men are doing it already.
Don't deviate from the topic. It is quite commonly seen that some participant digresses from the point, and sometimes a discussion starts building on something altogether different from the topic being discussed, and other participants pool in their views and counter-views. Since a group discussion demands focused concentration on a particular issue, try to stay focused and don't deviate from the main ideas. Look how the discussion on Right to Information Act (RTI), a boon or a bane, deviates from its decided course.
Right to information is basic and essential. It is our right to know why things are getting delayed, what process is being followed, and who are being involved in the process. This is very important for us to know because otherwise our Sarkari Babus, they take their own sweet time. These government employees, they get so many perks and they don't come on time, they don't do their job, and they're not even accountable for it. How can this go on?
The speaker in this situation has completely digressed from the topic. Instead, he could have said something like this.
The purpose of the Right to Information Act is to promote accountability and transparency in the working of every public authority. The Act aims at setting up of a practical regime for giving citizens access to information that is under the control of public authorities. It is definitely a boon considering that the implementation of the Act has made public authorities accountable and answerable to common citizens.
Don't sound prudish or conservative. The world around us is changing very fast. So, it is important to change with the times. Even if your views are not as broad-minded as others, you should be tolerant of others' viewpoints. Don't sound shocked and alarmed at how differently other people see the world. Let us look at this situation where our participant is completely overwhelmed with the liberal ideas of her co-participants.
This live-in culture is a Western concept, and I don't think anybody of us is ever going to do such a thing. We are a very cultured country, and marriage for us is a sacred institution. This is not what our parents have taught us. I don't think we Indians are ever going to adopt such a culture where a man and woman can stay together without even getting married. Those of you who are speaking for this topic are saying this just for the sake of the discussion.
Don't indulge in peer discussion.
No, I don't think India is spending too much on defense. After all, it is a question of our sovereignty. We need to protect our boundaries.
And that should be done at the cost of keeping our people hungry. Do you know the billions that we spend in protecting our boundaries can be used to feed millions?
So, what should we do? Allow other countries to capture our territories? Make us their slaves?
So, we should protect our boundaries and let our people die.
Is it only expenditure on defense that our people go hungry?
Yes, of course. What else?
A heated debate like this needs to be avoided. Otherwise, it would create a bad impression about you and your co-participant. But sometimes it so happens that two people are so much in appreciation of each other's views that they forget they are in a group discussion and there are other participants as well. Look at this situation.
Yes, they keep telling us all the time that we're wrong.
I know, tell me about it. Be it the music that we like, the food that we eat, or the movies that we see. They just don't approve.
Even simple habits like getting up late on a Sunday morning are never appreciated. You get up at 10 or 10:30 one morning and a lecture from mom or dad is sure to start.
I know. I mean, if I go to a late night party or talk to my friend on the mobile 3 or 4 times, sit in front of the computer, they react as if I've committed a sin.
Exactly. A couple of days back.
So, as you can see, even such a situation should be avoided because in real life you have to act both as team players and as team leaders. You have to get along with different kinds of people. You may not always encounter like-minded people. Don't end abruptly. Start and end all your discussions properly. An abrupt ending in a group discussion is perplexing and annoying. See how badly this discussion comes to an end.
So, we've covered all the points. Is there anything left? No? Well, then I think we can conclude that women's lib is certainly a fib.
Now look at another ending.
It is therefore not easy to reconcile business and ethics in modern times. Oh, are we done? Should we end here? Oh, thanks.
Don't you find the endings in both these group discussions to be choppy, unconvincing and abrupt? Consider a better one. Here we go.
Friends, I think we've discussed enough facts and instances that make us believe that though it is difficult to harmonize business and ethics in today's modern times, yet the task is both possible and desirable. So, on this note of optimism, I think we can conclude this discussion. Thank you.
With this, we have covered the important points one should keep in mind while participating in a group discussion. We hope that what you take away from here will help you in real life situations. For more details, please read the chapter on group discussions. Thank you.